Giles, we suddenly have the opportunity to lend money to Argentina for 10 years at a rate of 7.5%, which begs the question, what is the Weimar Republic yielding these days?
That's it. I want to defend the Argentines here slightly. You're right. I know what you're referring to. Massive default, high inflation. Who on earth lends to a country like that? Well, okay, 180 years of Argentine history, there's been 8 defaults and God knows how many coups. But right now they have a Thatcherite in charge. He's recently repaid the debts that have been fought over for 13 years. These debts are in dollars, so you don't need to worry about the inflation side of things. And where else can you get an emerging market, frontier market story where there's solid reform going on? So 7.5% sure as hell beats sort of 6% you get for Brazil, which is heading the other way, or 1% in the States.
All the same, though, politics are not stable. We don't know what happens when this guy gets thrown out, or if he gets thrown out. You know, what are the virtues of owning this particular issue, given that there's that political event?
And you've got to, I mean, these bond investors have to earn their money somehow, and they're doing it right now by watching the Argentine politics extremely closely. Now, he's had to already do some difficult things, cut fuel subsidies. You're not seeing people storming around the streets and breaking into shops as they have before. They're putting up with it. They had 13 years of the Peronist Kirchners. They're tired of it. They realise you've got to take the medicine. So long as you have a quiescent population, you can probably bet on this guy or something like him lasting long enough for these bonds to make sense.
So where does it fit in? If I'm, this is going to be bought by emerging market managers.
Yeah.
Where does it fit in a portfolio?
Well, what's interesting about this, I mean, if you look at other comparable countries, there aren't really any. I mean, it's a South American country, but it's not really like Brazil, which is much bigger, heading the other way. It's about the same size as Colombia, but Colombia is all about oil. It's right next to Chile, but Chile's been a good boy for many, many years and is almost like investment grade. So you can't find one like it. Argentina's unique, and the odd thing about that is investors like that. A unique story means you've got diversification baked right in. So you can't find anything like Argentina. Study Argentina itself.
Dollar risk is hard to diversify away, though.
Yeah.
Many countries get caught out borrowing in a currency that is not their own. How do you manage that?
In a way, this is what tripped up Argentina in 2001. It linked the peso to the dollar, really hard peg. The moment it fell off that, it couldn't afford anything. And its GDP in dollar terms has fallen really hard recently. So you're right to highlight this risk. It's a great way to look disciplined. It's a great way to be hoist by your own petard if you can't stick at it. So yeah, that's the risk to look at. Janet Yellen as much as Macri.
Thanks, Giles.